to talk to you guys about something related to career today. It's about finding a job. Not the resume and the cover letter bit of it, but just going to interviews and not hearing back from interviewers at all, which is endlessly discouraging for a lot of people. I do think I'm qualified to talk about this because I did a lot of interviewing in my time and I still do some hiring today, so I know what I'm personally looking for when I'm interviewing with a candidate. Mind you, I do work in PR and marketing, and I realize that a lot of industries are different. Google the freaking company. We are in an informational age. We just have to take advantage of it. Knowing what they do alone just doesn't cut it in terms of standing out to your interviewer. You should know who the CEO is, what their first and last name is, where they're headquartered, if they have any press going on, or if there's any campaigns that you should know about. You should almost be acclimated in the company as if you worked there before you even step foot in the door. So get to stalking on the internet. You do it all the time for other things. It should be your priority right now too. How many times have you been on an interview and they say, do you have any questions for me? I'm always shocked when I'm interviewing someone and they say, oh no, that's it, thank you so much, you've answered everything. Please don't do that. You should have a question ready to go. It just shows that you can lead a conversation, and it shows again that you are invested. Some questions that I like to go ahead and ask is, what is the company culture like? How did this vacancy become available? That's one of my go-to ones. I also like to ask them about how long they've been working there, to kind of just switch gears and put the ball in their court a little bit and put the spotlight on them. Next on the list is the salary debacle. If it does come up and they ask you what your salary requirements are, you don't want to aim too high and you don't want to aim too low. I'm not mad at you for aiming too high, but it will kind of weed you out when they're determining who they're hiring at the end of the day. So salary.com, glassdoor.com, and payscale.com, great tools. It'll tell you like what you're worth in terms of your experience against the competition, with your education level, and factor all those things into account so you can choose a sound number that you're comfortable with. You want to probably be at the higher end of that number, but you don't want the interviewer to be like, wow, we can't afford you, you're bugging. So if you make an educated and informed decision based on those sort of tools, you'll be ahead of the game. The next one is interview basics. I probably should have covered this first, but those standard questions that are just like so overdone, at this point, you should have a script in your head for those questions. You know what questions I'm talking about. Why do you want to work here? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Why this company? You should have that nip in the butt before you even sit down in that chair. Well, every claim that you have on your resume, you should be able to back up with a story. If you're claiming that you are a problem solver in some capacity, you should have a story that you can easily pull out of a hat and reference in the interview by the time you solve the problem. It also just makes the interviewing process just much more engaging when you have tangible real-life accounts that you can use to play up your skills. Next on the list is saying please and thank you. You should send a thank you note. Now, you don't have to employ a pigeon carrier. If you do, you would probably be very memorable, but I like to just send an email within 24 hours just thanking the person for their time. This doesn't have to be something wordy or a thesis paper. It's literally just thank you for meeting with me. I'm so enthusiastic about the position. Reference something that they did in the interview or something you guys bonded about. Just reinforces that you respect their time and that you're enthusiastic for the position once again. Another thing is appearance. I know we are in a forward-thinking generation, but not everybody is so forward-thinking. Right now I have braids. I'm not even sure, depending on where I'm interviewing, if I would wear these to my interview. It's a whole nother topic. You kind of just want to play it safe. For me, I made the decision that these people don't accept me the way I think is acceptable. I don't really want to work with them anyway. But just be mindful of who's on the other side of the table and what their perceptions of you could be. Another one that's really becoming more important is the internet profile, your social media profiles. I can testify that I for sure look you up on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that before I even call you in for an interview and after the interview. I'm just double checking to see if you are someone who's like-minded or you're going to do something that reflects poorly on anything that I'm doing in my business operation. You just want to keep in mind that everything you put on the internet is public record, and some things just everyone doesn't have to see. Another one kind of contradicts with the one before about not standing out too much. It's about not standing out enough. There are other ways to stand out besides having a fire engine red mohawk. Connect with them on a personal level. Don't be afraid to make the interview more of a conversation and less of a an interrogation. It's a two-way street. Segue into personal things. If you like their bag, tell them you like their bag, and they might tell you where they got it from. You might have been to that place before, and you like so-and-so at that place, and they have a great selection of da-da-da. Sometimes when I'm interviewing people, I'll write down in my notes, girl with the red bag. It just stands out to the interviewer and makes them think of you later. So the good news is you got the interview. That means your resume looks good, your cover letter looks good, and you're in the right direction. So don't get too hard on yourself. Just keep going. Eventually you're gonna find something that's gonna be a good fit. And if you really, really just cannot wrap your mind around why they didn't call you back, why don't you just ask them? You can literally go ahead and send an email that says, hey, what can I do to make me a better fit or a better candidate in the future? And you'd be surprised what kind of feedback you can get. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this topic or another topic related to marketing, career. I'm here for it. Like, comment, share, go crazy. I'll see you later.